My name is Misael Cabral, call me Misa. I'm 20 years old. I am a junior. I am a neuroscience psychology major pre-med, and I am of Dominican descent.
My name is Emmanuel Mirabal. I'm a senior. My ethnicity is Dominican, and my major is accounting.
Hector Armolejos, Dominican. I'm a sophomore. I'm undeclared.
My name is Oswaldo Campos Torres. I'm a junior. My major is broadcast digital journalist, IT, and minor in Spanish. I'm a Latino or Hispanic.
My name is Victor Suarez. I am Cuban and Ecuadorian. I am a sophomore, and I am a biology major.
My name is Jose Luis Hernandez, and I'm a sophomore. I am 19 years old, and I'm undeclared, and my ethnicity is Mexican.
Feminism, to me, is a woman or male that promotes the advancement of women, I feel like, in a way where it's supposed to be to show, like, they're aggressive and that they want, like, what's rightfully theirs, inequality in a sense.
Someone who stands up for the independence of women.
Feminism is women who feel underappreciated or undervalued in society.
Feminism is a movement getting equal rights for women, I think.
I see it as a movement, like a revolutionary movement towards economic, social, and political rights for women. What it means to be a feminist is usually someone who's a leader, someone who who stands up for what they believe.
You don't necessarily have to be all political activists, but just have the views instilled that men and women should be equal.
Some words that I think about when I think about feminists are over-aggressive, annoying, stubborn, closed-minded.
They have a strong character. They get angry easily when you talk about issues that have to do with feminism in one way or another.
Sometimes I think of stubbornness.
Strong, independent, a leader.
Confident, leadership.
Powerful, strong, loyal woman. Very voiced, very opinionated. You can't be a feminist and be quiet about it. She's very independent.
The characteristics of a Latina woman are someone who is caring, generous, overly attached, very charismatic. Usually they're very curvy, voluptuous shape. Where I'm from in the city, a lot of Latinas are very loud.
Tan, long hair, dark eyes. Be rude, but they nice, they cook.
They're not so tall, dark skinned, they have dark hair, dark eyes. They love to cook.
They're very independent, but then when they have a husband, they're very dependent upon him. I feel like Latino women are very sensual and out there. They're just very vocalized. They're very headstrong about their opinions.
Beautiful, flavor, alguien con sabor, con ritmo, hermosa. To describe a Latino woman, it's there's a lot of words that you can apply there.
Well, a lot of biased ideas are that when somebody would say Latina, they always think of salsa. They always think of Spanish food, like arroz con gandules. They always think of Latina being loud, always obnoxious. Long black hair, usually the Coca-Cola shaped body. There's no definition for a Latina. Latina is too general to describe.
Do you think the male perspective of Latinas impact how Latinas see themselves?
I feel like it does and it doesn't, because Latinas sometimes are very headstrong, so they may not seem like they care about what others are saying or males are saying, but I feel like it does categorize how they carry themselves.
Sometimes they dress like sluts because that's how the male wants them to dress. That definitely influences them.
I can't really answer your question how men affect women in that sense, because I think both parties are wrong in that answer.
How do you think your father or other prominent male figures in your life view feminism? What do you agree and disagree with?
I guess my father, his views on feminism, I guess he just feels like women should be able to do what they want. I agree with most things. He'll probably feel like women shouldn't have as much power as men, but I feel like everybody should be equal.
From seeing my father, he's equal with my mom. He cleans the house, he cooks, so he doesn't let her do all the work, and that's how most of the men in my family are, so I do agree with that.
I feel like my father, his view is they can do what they want, but to a certain extent, he feels like women, should get an education because, he values that. I guess you could say he's pro-feminist. I agree with him.
I have a dad and a stepdad, and they're machistas, 100% machistas. Women belong in the kitchen, they wash the dishes.
I feel like my father or other prominent male figures in my life view that women should be equal to men, but I've never really heard them state anything to the sort.
What efforts can you make to have the future generation of Latinas have a higher sense of self-worth?
I feel like, let's say if it was my daughter, I would try to tell her, like, just the right things to do in a sense, just getting your education first and foremost, and just learning about the different opportunities of what is out there for you, and know that nobody can really tell you that you can't do something because of if you're a female or if you're Latina, that nothing is unattainable because of that.
I could just be a positive role model to my friends. Like, don't treat women disrespectfully.
What I can do is when I have my daughter, I guess I can teach her, you know, how to like act like a lady. You know, kind of like that one quote, you know, think like a man but act like a lady. You know, she's got to be strong, like confident, you know, in herself.
Personally, I would instruct my children of, you know, everybody's equal. The inside is what really counts. I would set ground rules for both of them. There's no difference between male, female, male, female, female.
Become more aware. For everybody in general, you have to be more aware of the sources available in your community.